Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle elders, the GMS taught me this truth. Peace to fellow Akim that has their life daily, push this truth with sincerity, and a few aqua listen learning. Once again, my name is I9 with GMS Detroit Bar Camp. I pray this video is edifying to the hopeful elect. And with that said, this video is on the return of Yahawashi, who the world enemy calls Jesus. But his real name is Yahawashi. His name not no Jesus. That's a false name that the so-called rulers of this world gave you. If it had any power in that name, hey, we would have been saved out of this shit. Much as niggas keep praying to that damn false idol. So with that said, when Yahawashi return, you better hope you in his good graces. You have the hopeful elect, the 1/3. Matter of fact, my first scripture is going to be Habakkuk 3 and 2. And I heard thy speech, and I was afraid. O Yahweh, I heard thy speech, and I was afraid. O Yahweh, revive thy work in the midst of years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath. Remember mercy. Because, you better hope that Yahawashi have mercy upon you when he finally allowed his son to gather up, his son and the angels gather up the elect in the 1/3. Yeah, and Yahawashi came from teaming the Holy One from Mount Pariah, and his glory covers the heavens, and the earth was full of his praises. And it's going to be just like Independence Day when he returns. It's going to be so-called unexplained aerial phenomena or UFOs all over the place. And there ain't going to be no little green man in it. It's going to be people that look like me in it. And when Yahawashi returns, he's coming to conquer. And the scriptures say the killing of Yahawashi is going to be many. The slaying of Yahawashi is going to be many. And the brightness was as a light, and he had horns coming out of his hand, and there was a hiding of his power. And before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet, and he stood and measured the earth, and he beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered, and the perpetual hills did bow, and his ways are everlasting. Once again, matter of fact, let's go back up. The brightness was his brightness was as the light, and he had horns coming out of his hands. And that's the concentrated laser beams that's coming out of ships. Them laser beams is going to be like a war of the world. What's the name of that movie Tom Cruise was in? It's a War of the World? I think it's War of the World. When them laser beams hitting people and all they turn into dust. That's how it's going to be when Yahawashi returns. Yahawashi even prophesied of his comings. This is Matthew 24:27. Yeah, for as lightning coming out of the east and shining even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So wheresoever Yahawashi and the angels going to be moving faster than light. The scriptures say the elect shall scarcely be saved. So, they going to be moving real fast because, during this time, it's also going to be the time during the World War III be going on in effect. And I had a dream that I was around my family and I told them, I wish I had more time, but I got to go. And the chariot came over me and swooped me up And then the chariot, then the nukes came down at the same time. When Yahawashi returns, it's going to be crying and gnashing of teeth when he revisit this world. Because he's not coming as a man, he's coming as a conquering king. And wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered. The carcass is a metaphor for the Israelites, the elect, the 1/3 of the house of Israel, and the eagles are a metaphor for the angels. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and it's going to be that's a metaphor for a nuclear winter, nuclear fallout from the thermonuclear warheads. And the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the stars falling from heaven is a metaphor for the thermonuclear warheads falling back to the earth like an untimely fig tree. You know, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see it. They shall see the Son of Man come in the clouds of heaven. And why is this such a good event for the second coming of Yahawashi? Why are these tribes are mourning? Because he's not coming for you. You know, you so-called heathens or children of the wicked. And the 2/3, he only coming for the hopeful elect and the 1/3. And they shall see the Son of Man come in the clouds of heaven, and the clouds is a metaphor for a chariot with great power and great glory. Like I read in Habakkuk, chariots covered the heavens. Blotted out the sky. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. This whole thing is about the elect. You know, this whole book is for us, written by us, because the Most High had love on us. My last precept, no, I got two more precepts I want to grab. This is 2nd Ezra 13. Start at 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, a man waxed strong with thousands of heavens, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Just like when I read in Habakkuk that he measured the earth. Habakkuk seeing Yahawashi measuring the earth the same way. And Ezra seeing him measure the earth the same way. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him, and wheresoever his voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. We keep trying to tell you that a flood is coming, and this time it ain't gonna be a flood of water. It's gonna be a flood of fire. And that thermonuclear fire from the thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles from the warheads, it's gonna start part of that fire. But Yahawashi and the angels gonna bring even more fire with that concentrated heat from the laser beams. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And these nations going to try to fight them. Even though they scared, the Most High is going to put spirit in them to keep fighting. America's deceive themselves through their witchcraft, through these motion pictures, these movies, thinking that they could come up and beat anything or everything that comes their way. But you ain't going to be able to beat Yahawashi and the angels. You know, this is the Most High's movie, not yours. But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, and that great mountain is a giant fathership. a chariot or a UFO or unexplained aerial phenomenon. This giant fathership, I heard elders say that all the elect in the 1/3 is going to be in that fathership with Yahawashi. I heard them say that, but we're just waiting to see when it comes. But I hope that my name is in the book of life. And this work that I'm doing is worthy unto repentance and deliverance. But I would have seen the region or the place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. Ezra couldn't see from the beginning of the ship to the end of the ship. That's how massive and huge it was. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to do him were sore afraid, yet thirst to fight. And the Most High loves to see a battle. And his name is Yahweh. His name is not, he and the Son are two different entities. You know, you wacky-tacky Christians try to say Yahawashi is the Most High, but he's not. He never said that he sent himself. He said he that sent me is greater than I. He never said he sent himself. He said he was given a direct commandment what he should say. Back to 2 Ezra 13:9. And lo, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up a hand nor sword or any instrument of war. And Yahawashi is going to take them out so quick. The scriptures say that he's going to take them out with quick work. Man, it's going to be so quick. They think they're doing something, but they're going to go down badly. But I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and a tempest, and all they were mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden immovable multitude was nothing perceived but only dust and the smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. And Yahawashi is going to take y'all out, and the angels, Yahawashi and the angels going to take y'all out so quickly. It's going to be like, damn, it was that easy to break their ass down. But we need Yahawashi to bring us out of this thing, because he's the one that's going to redeem us out of this condition that we're in. You know? Matter of fact, where is you? Oh, here you go. And the interpretation of the vision I shall show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that which is required. No, that ain't it. Salakia. Okay, here I go right here. The meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest the man coming out of the midst of the sea, is the same as he whom the highest has kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. Whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth came a blast of wind, a fire, and a storm, and he held neither sword or any instrument of war, but that was the rushing in of him destroying the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is interpretation. Behold, the days will come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake a fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, and one people against another, and one realm against another. That's World War III. And the time shall be when these things come to pass. The sign shall happen which I showed thee before. Then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man descended. And that's when Yahawashi finally returns after World War III. He's not coming to be nice guy or anything like that to you. None of you heathen nations or the wicked. You know, if you do be preserved, hey, you're going into captivity. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he does judge and make war. Because Yahawashi is coming in dual nature. He's coming to pass judgment. He's going to save the hopeful elect in the 1/3, and he's going to make war on our enemies. His eyes was a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. He had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. His name was called the Word of Yahweh. And how you know that's talking about Yahawashi? Hey, John 1:1. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. And that's a metaphor, another metaphor for chariots, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth go a sharp sword, and with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the press with the fierceness wrath of the Almighty power. And he's not coming to play nice guy when he comes to deliver us, the so-called hopeful elect. So I pray this video is edifying. So with that said, shalom.